and an internet website are basically doing the same thing, communicating information, a news organisation. But the production of a newspaper is a physical thing, whereas the delivery of an internet is very, very different. So these are factors that you might have to take into account. The type and class of customer, the distribution methods, and the regulatory environment. Are two segments the same? Can two segments be combined? These are some of the factors that you would, I would suggest, have to take into account. In a moment, we'll do a pass examination question, and you might gain a little bit of an insight into that. My mother is a good woman. I think she's a good woman. She would occasionally, though, put people down. And one of her withering ways of putting people down is she would say, they mean well. Which is her way of saying that, you know, the person's a bit of a waste of space. Yeah, they mean well, but they're not actually doing anything right. You know, they mean well. Put down. Not that they're a bad person, but they just don't do anything. And I think this standard means well. I think this standard has at its heart a noble objective: to try and help the user better understand how the business is organised and where the profits and assets are being made. But management has wide scope for discretion on defining a segment. There's no definition of what a segment profit is. Yeah? You're using different accounting policies than in the financial statements, and it all seems to me to be a bit weak. And it's perfectly acceptable at P2 to have an opinion, to be critical. F7, you just do what the standard says. Yeah, that's what we do. Now we can say operating leases, well, that's not a very good way of dealing with things. Oh, deferred tax, that's overstating the liabilities on a revaluation. We know that standards are not perfect. We can be critical. Management has wide discretion. Management has wide discretion over identifying segments. So it's subjective. There is no definition of segmental profit or loss. It's inconsistent with the financial reporting policies. So why is it a standard that is not great? Because of the trust you put in the management. They have wide discretion over identifying segments. There's no particular definition of what a segmental profit or what a segmental loss is. You're using management accounts, so you're not subject to the same IFRS regulation. Not comparable with other firms. Not comparable with other firms. With other businesses. In fact, it may not be even comparable within your own business if you have reorganized. Now, there's a little bit of reading to do, as always. I'm not a teacher who stands here and reads out the notes. So a lot of what I've said here is within the notes, and obviously then there is a little bit more. Let's have a look at page 163, and let's see how it has in the past been tested by your current examiner. And the question we are briefly going to have a look at is called ping. And the last paragraph should simply be deleted. So there's a little bit of bad cut and pasting going on. So, a couple of minutes please. Can you find page 163? And on page 163 there is a past examination question.